it's going to be very different than any other math class you have ever had. Not necessarily the material, but the way it's presented. Okay, this will not be teacher lecture, teaches a lesson, we go home and do homework. That's not the way class looks. Class looks like you sign into Canvas, you work on your work, I walk by and help everyone. That's what it works like, okay? So every class meeting is like the same. We all just always sign into Canvas and always work. It is a self-paced mastery course. That's why we're always working and I'm not lecturing, is because everybody's at different spots. You can get finished early, you can not finish on time. If you don't finish by the end of the semester, you failed the class. No matter if you had 100 on every single thing and you just didn't finish by that deadline, you failed the class, okay? If you finish early, you don't have to come back. That can be a plus for people because not coming back to class means that you don't have to put time into the math lab anymore, and we have to, we have to go to the math lab for 2 hours each week, okay? So you spend 2 hours in class here with me and you spend 2 hours in the math lab. Both in class and in the math lab, you're doing the same thing. You're just working on your assignments. The math lab is down the hall. It is open every single morning at 7:30 a.m. It closes, except on the weekends. It's not open on the weekends. Closes at 9 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday, 5 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Friday it closes at 2:30. So you get to go at your own time to put your 2 hours in. You can go for 5 minutes at 10 o'clock and 20 minutes at 11, and then the next day you can come back for 2 minutes. But don't do that, but it does add together. You could do that, okay? You have from Tuesday until Monday to get your lab time in. So starting today, I need your 2 hours, not by Friday, but by Monday at 9 p.m. Okay, 9 p.m. is when the lab closes. The lab time is attendance. Okay, so the way attendance works, if you're 15 minutes late to class, that's a tardy. That's because you have to be in class for 75% of the time. Well, I do the same thing with lab. You have to be there 75% of that 2 hours to get marked present. If you're there an hour and a half, you get tardy. Anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours is tardy, okay? If you get less than an hour and a half, that's an absence. If you get more than 2 hours, that's still present, but the time doesn't roll over to the next week. You have to do it every single week, okay? What's the point in the math lab? Well, you got to get your work done, so you go in there, you work on your stuff, and they have people that walk around and help you as well. So it's a lot like class. Anyway, you get 6 absences, and on the 7th you're dropped. I do drop on the 7th, like hour of, day of. As soon as it happens, you're gone. Okay? Because my thing is, I like to help people who try, and I don't like to help people who don't help themselves. So if you don't bother to show up, you're not helping yourself, I'm not going to waste my time. Okay? That being said, I am extremely helpful to those that try. And I'll know that you try, okay? Because with us doing all of our assignments in Canvas, we actually, in Canvas, don't click on it yet, but there's something called Alex. We actually do our assignments through Alex, and it keeps up with every single thing that you do, okay? Like, I know everything that you do. When you signed on, when you started getting lazy, when you signed out, when you clicked on this, and I see everything if I want to. Anyway, so The self-paced, we've already talked about that, but let's talk about the mastery portion of it. You have to make an 80 on every homework assignment. You have to make an 80 on the first homework assignment and then you can go to the next one. And you gotta make an 80, and then you can go to the next one. And then when you get to the test, you have to make a 70. And then you can go to the next module. We have 7 modules in this course. Think of a module as a chapter. Okay, 7 modules and 7 module tests. So let's talk about if you don't make an 80 on the homework. You make like a, I don't know, 50 because you didn't know how to do it. Well, then you can go back and redo the ones that you got wrong for full credit as many times as you need to. You can even rework the ones you got right if you want to practice. But you will get full credit. Now, and due dates, this is self-paced. I have due dates listed, but those due dates that I have listed are more suggestions than they are due dates because you get full credit if you turn it in late. Okay? So, yeah. Now, you can rework the actual problem that you missed on the homework. But when it comes to a test, if you fail the test, first of all, you only have to make a 70 on the test. Homework is an 80. But if you don't make a 70 on the test, it doesn't work like the homework. It's a test. You can't do the individual ones that you got wrong. So you fail the class. Just kidding. You actually get to take the test 10 times. So if you fail the test, you don't get to redo the one that you got wrong, but you get to retake the entire thing. So you got to retake the ones you got right as well. Okay? Questions so far?
So if you finish automatically, you don't have to go back. You don't have to come back to your class.
If you finish all of them early. Correct. You don't have to come back and you don't have to go to the lab. I've had people finish it in 2 weeks before. It's possible. They didn't have a life though. They, like really, they didn't. So, there's that. Like as in, I'm not telling you if you get my class done early that you're like awkward or something. I'm telling you this person like didn't do anything but math for like 10 hours a day for 2 weeks straight, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. It just takes time. Now, you're probably wondering how in the world, like this guy, he's not gonna lecture. We're just doing these homework assignments. Like, what about learning it? What about teaching it to me? How am I gonna learn it? There's lots of things. You can Google it. You can put it into YouTube. You could, but I have provided videos for you. So how are you going to learn it? Videos from me. Now, videos, are they the best thing in the world? Are we excited about learning from a video? I don't know. Everybody has different opinions about it. But guess what? It is what it is. You might as well make the best of it. Let's think about the pros. You do it on your own time. You can slow it down. You can pause it, digest it, start playing it again. You can replay it. You can fast forward it. You can adjust the settings so that it plays twice as fast or twice as slow. You got all that, okay? It's up to you. Also, one thing that I wondered about, or whatever, some students are concerned about, well, like in class, it's like everybody's talking and we're asking questions, and if I don't get something, I can ask right then in class when you're lecturing. Well, if you're watching the video in class, you could just pause it and ask me to come over there if you don't understand it, and I will help you. So this class is different. Way different. Is it bad? No, it's just different. The responsibility, a lot of the responsibility has just shifted. I take on responsibility in different areas and give it to you in other areas, okay? As in, you have the responsibility of keeping up with it and determining when you do the videos. It's on you. Okay, it's on you to make sure you're on schedule. Me, whenever you come to class, honestly, it's more of a paperwork type thing for me, but I go through each of you and look at where you're at and walk around and help everybody. It's more of a social thing than it is, let me just like talk the whole time and be monotone, okay? So it's all about, this class is about community, building a support system to help you get through this class and understand the material, okay? The math lab, as bad as that sounds, try telling your mama that you work at a math lab, okay? First of all, it doesn't sound like math. People never understand that you said math. They think you said something else. Y'all don't have a personality. Well, anyway, the math lab in years past has been very dark, but we got new lights, so it's not as dark. It can be boring, like it's a room full of computers and everybody's working on math problems. But it is what you make it. It's designed to be a place that you go and you work on your stuff, and if you don't know how to do it, there's someone there to help you at all times. It's like an easy button, okay? It's a good thing. You just have to make sure you're using it the way it's designed to be used. Yes, sir. Whenever. Yep. And when you go there, I have information about the math lab in the course orientation module. When you go there, you have to bring your student ID. They swipe it in, they tell you where to sit, they keep it, and then when you leave, they give it back to you and swipe you out. That's how it keeps up with the time. Any other questions?
Do you have office hours?
Yes. My office is right outside this door, and they're on the door. I come and go. So, like, if I'm in there, yeah, you can definitely ask for help. If you're like wanting to formally sit down and me to go over a test with you because you're not understanding something and we need to spend a little bit of time together, I need you to email me and ask me when's a good time. Okay, but if I'm in there, you can ask me whatever. Other questions? Okay. So instead of viewing, this is a very elementary way of saying this, so forgive me. Instead of viewing me as like the math police, and I'm saying that because police, like getting arrested, that's not good. Enforcing, like hounding on you, things like that. I need you to view me as a therapist, okay? Honestly, that's what most of my job is, okay? Because I have to talk you through doing this, and I have to build your self-esteem up to let you know that you can, okay? So that's what you kind of have to view me as. If you don't go to the therapist, you're not getting your therapy, okay? There's that. Now, all of our work, everything is in one place. Now, Canvas has a lot of different modules and buttons and stuff like that on it, but you really don't need any of it. You do have to sign into Canvas, But once you are in Canvas, go ahead and click on the tab that says Alex Math. Once you are there, it's going to like prompt you for account information, but you don't have an account. So click on I've never used Alex before. And then click continue. Click on I've never used Alex before, and then click continue. And then type in your name and email address. Confirm that email and just hit continue. And then it's going to say something like account paired, and you're going to hit continue. And then you will see a box that says like my name and math and all that kind of stuff. That's my class, so click on that. Okay, so here's a warning. There are lots of pop-ups, especially the first time you do this. You can skip them if you need to. Well, I say that. I can skip that. Keep going through that. Get started. Next. Oh yeah, that's horrible. You gotta do that. You gotta do all those little tutorials. I'm sorry. I wish I could take it off. I can't. Okay? But once it's not there anymore. Oh man. I'm gonna show you because it's gonna take a minute to go through those tutorials. I'm going to show you what the class looks like whenever the tutorials are gone. Okay. I need you, this is super important. This is super important. Look at the screen. The very first thing that you're going to have to do after that tutorial is something called a knowledge check, an initial knowledge check. And what that knowledge check does is it's a pretest. I don't care what you make on it. There's even a button on it that says I don't know. So you can go to the next problem, okay? Anyway, when you are done with that initial knowledge check, it like fills in this pie graph right here with things that you know. It doesn't really matter though, because I don't really use that pie other than for the pre-test and the post-test. And right here where you see Module 1, Start My Path, and Module 2, and so forth, we're not doing a learning path. You can do those learning paths if you need extra help beyond the videos and extra practice beyond the videos and beyond the homework. But your learning path is not your homework. You don't have to do your learning path. Right now, if you're looking at this, your learning path, like Start My Path, that looks pretty important. But again, I'm telling you, that's not what you do. That's not what you get a grade on. So here is what you get a grade on. I call it the hamburger menu at the top left, the 3 lines. Definitely, I mean, I would definitely be looking at the screen, my screen. The hamburger menu at the top left, I'm clicking on that. It gives me a drop down and all of your assignments. Everything you get a grade on. is underneath assignments, everything. Now the videos for your different modules are under resources. That is right here. Resources. Right there. I'm going to go ahead and click on resources. You see module 1, 2, and 3. Those videos are already there. I have not loaded the videos for 4, 5, 6, and 7 yet. Okay, but the videos for module 1, 2, and 3 are there. Okay? Now, this is the way it's going to work. Right now, you got to get through the tools tutorial. Then you got to do the initial knowledge check. Then you come to resources and watch the 1.2 video. I'm saying 1.2 because that's the first one. Once you watch 1.2 video, you click on the hamburger menu again and go to assignments. And you would do 1.2 homework. Okay? If I'm going to zoom in, you see these little locks on 1.3 and 1.4? You can't do them because you haven't made an 80 on 1.2 yet, okay? So as soon as you make an 80 on 1.2, you can do them. Now, let me show you kind of what it looks like. The actual assignment itself, I want to show you what we have there for you to. Yes, I want to try something. I don't know why it's doing that. That's the wrong answer. With that green check mark, it's telling me I got it right. I think it's because right now I'm in a mode that's fake. It's like testing it out, so I think that's why it's telling me that. Anyway, if you get the problem wrong and it gives you a red check mark, you can click on try another, okay? And get full credit for it. You can click on those little glasses and it gives you an explanation of the problem. When you click on explanation, it gives you a different problem because it just shows you how to work that problem that you have. So it's going to give you a different one. Okay? You can click on come on, Johnny. You can click on this little thing right here, the paper and the light bulb. That's another example. You can click on ebook, and if you click on ebook, it will take you exactly to the place in the book where this is covered. How nice. I think you can even press this message and it will send me a message of the problem. However, it's going to give me an error because I'm the teacher. No, it didn't. How nice. Okay, it's going to send me that exact problem and it's going to have, I mean, I can work it out for you, okay, if you need it. Okay, so let me click the hamburger menu again and go home. I'm back on the home screen. I just want to remind you, what you see right here, all that is actually looks pretty nice, like it's designed well. You know, if I were just starting out, I would think I would click on Start My Path. But again, do not. That's not what you do. You can, if you need to practice more and you need extra help. Start My Path is actually adaptive. It's artificial intelligence. And it learns you and what you know and what you don't know. And it gives you problems that are specific to you. And I just don't assign it. But if you need it for yourself, it's there. Okay? You have to think of that as, you know how Facebook listens to you and it knows you, it's smart, that's kind of like that, okay? Here's a better example of the path. Like your Netflix account, it gives you recommendations. But if you get the login to somebody else and they're watching on your profile, your recommendations are screwed up. So like if I were working on my path and somebody helped me and I got the problem right because they helped me, then all of a sudden my Alex path is screwed up. But we don't do that. That's just if you need it. Just if you want to do it. Okay? I don't think many of you are going to do it. Me, in my situation, would not. There will be some of you who I might recommend it to. Anyway, questions. That's weird. Okay, questions. No questions. Okay, so some things to know about me. I'm very sarcastic. I'm very straight-faced. I'm very monotone. If I ever say something that offends you, I'm probably kidding. If I'm not, why are you offended anyway? I'm not anybody, so don't be offended, okay? If I ever some people are scared of me and I have no idea why, okay? Let's just get that out there. Exactly. If I say something to you like, hey, you need to do this, or like you're behind, you need to get this done. I'm not that doesn't mean I don't like you. That doesn't mean I like you. Honestly, there's very few students, I can't think of one who I like, okay? We're on one level, I'm kidding, we're on one level playing field. Just because I critique you and want you to do better doesn't mean I'm out to get you. Just because you don't understand a problem and you're far behind and you haven't tried your best all semester long, but all of a sudden you need help. Well, if you're trying, I'm going to help you. You can't be embarrassed. You can't be scared to ask for help just because you're behind and you should have done better at one point, okay? A lot of my math classes, and every class is different, okay? I'd say about 30% of the time I get a group that they don't say anything. They never ask for help. They get behind, but they never ask for help. They never say anything. And I preach to them and I'm like, let me know what you need, okay? But they still never say anything, okay? That's not the way to be. Communication is key with me, okay? I have so many students, so the more you communicate with me, the more I know you, and the better I can help you, the more I know you. Send me an email. Send me 2 or 3. Annoy me. The more I see your name, I'll probably remember who you are. Okay? And I'll probably help you. Because I'll probably want you to get done with my class so you don't annoy me anymore, okay? But no, really, do communicate with me. Email me. Let me know what you need. I do think it's very important as far as I go as a teacher, I do a better job helping people when I understand them a little bit. Now, I'm not trying to figure your life out or know your personal business, okay? I mean, I don't even have myself figured out. But what I'm saying is, if Sue over here is behind in the class, and Joe is at the same spot she is, and Joe's behind. But Sue has 5 kids and 2 jobs, and is taking a full load of classes. Versus Joe, this is the only class he's taken, has no job, and I don't know. Those two situations are just different. The way I go about helping those 2 students are different. That's not me saying that I'm going to throw Joe to the side. We'll help him out too, even though this person has a lot on their plate. The way I go about helping people has to be different though, because we're all different. We learn different, and we have different situations. If you'd ever pass me in the hallway and tell me something, I will not remember it. Ever. Chances are I won't even know who you are. So, if you need me to know something, email it to me. Email it to me. If I have not responded to you within a day, send it again. Because I may have overlooked it. Because guess what? I'm a human. Like you. Okay, so send it again. I guess since we're finishing up, do you have any questions? Any at all? Okay, so I don't know if it's that it's hot. Or that it's 2 o'clock. But you don't look happy to be here. And I don't know what that's about. So I'm just assuming it's because you're hot or it's late. I do think that you like me, and I do think that I am your favorite teacher. So at least we got off on that foot. Before you leave, just so you can understand me a little bit and why I don't always answer emails the fastest. Like sometimes I'll reply to you instantly and sometimes I won't. If you look at this picture here, whoa, wait, by the way, this is a Facebook account. Do not add me. I have 3 daughters. 3. And the oldest one turned 4 today. So they're 2 of them are in diapers. 2 of them still have passies. And 2 of them are telling me how to live my life. Okay, so I got a lot on that I'm dealing with there. So I'm going to be coming into class with different moods. Okay, that's not because I'm bipolar or schizophrenic. I may be, but I haven't been tested yet. I just, I got a lot going on. Just like you have a lot going on. So, we're going to get through this class together. By the way, that's my wife. We met here. She actually works here as well. She makes schedules, does all that kind of thing. So, if you ever need help with something like that, I know somebody. I got a contact, okay? So, anyway, look, y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Before Thursday, could you please try to do that initial knowledge check?
I was going to ask, does it say it like everything?
Yeah, it saves everything. Hey, will you plug that in for me? Yes, sir. So do knowledge check. They take back then it'll go to that home page that I was talking about that I showed y'all. But I don't want you to really worry about the home page, worry about the hamburger menu. I don't think it's see right now it doesn't let you see your assignments if you do it on shift first. As soon as you do the knowledge check, that information is Assignments and resource tab. That's what you do. Resources and videos. Assignments is the assignment. I have notes that go along with the videos that you can fill out. It's like a worksheet that goes along with the problems. It has definitions and stuff like that. I don't have it today though. They're going back to work. Okay, so I'll have that for y'all. Maybe
But I was just, just as soon as that, when you open it, just go down the list.
Right. I didn't tell y'all one thing. Alex keeps up with how much time you spend in it. So I need at least 2 hours a week. I need to work on your work 2 hours a week, which is not much. You work like a little bit. So you get a participation grade each week for that. If you spend less than 2 hours working on your work, then you get 2 hours or more than 2 hours for your participation.
So 2 hours at the minimum in Alex.
Yes.
And 2 hours
In the math lab. You can get 2 hours in Alex in the math lab. That's very confusing, but yes.
Oh, so you can get them both, like right there.
Yeah,
That is, yeah.
Two for one.
Yeah.
That's why I was going to, okay, because like, okay, when we go to the math lab,